Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria. Guys, I'm excited. So if you follow me on Instagram, you know this video is coming and I'm super excited that I get to bring it to fruition. So I saw that Ulta released these new Buxom Wonderlust blushes. I was so excited. There's 6 shades and I really wanted to find a way that I could give you guys a good in-depth informational swatches and all of that kind of video, but keep it short, condensed, kind of like a mini review. And I thought this would be a cool way to kind of get out there, give you guys that good review that we've come to know and love, lots of information, but at the same time, keep it good, short, condensed, to the point. That way, those of you that want info on this, it's a good quick reach and it's just easier. I don't know. I liked the idea. So it's a mini review. I've never done one before and we're going to give it a shot. And I hope you guys love it. So let's go ahead and dive in. Now I'm going to be reading all this info off of the Ulta.com website because that's where I purchased them from. So these are $22 a piece and these are primer infused blushes. It says that they are a silky powder blush that locks in luminous true color. Then it goes on to say, extend your vacay glow with this primer infused flush of color. Hydrating hyaluronic acid in a colorless base allows the formula to seamlessly blend and flatter different skin tones, while multi-dimensional pearls create a luminous finish. Release a subtle beachy scent with every stroke. Very light. Okay, well, let's go ahead and dive into the swatches. First up, we have Havana. Then after that, we have Ibiza. Then third, we have Mykonos, which is a beautiful coral blush. I'm obsessed with that color. Then we have the shade Dali. Then from there, we have Seychelles. And then lastly, we have the shade Goa. And I think that these blushes are absolutely stunning. You will notice that when I went through and swatched all of them, I swatched them in a gradient of blendability. So when I first started swatching, I kept the lines a little tighter, lightly blended at the edges. And then as I got down to the last blush, the shade Goa, I really wanted to diffuse the edges so you guys could kind of watch the blushes as they sheared out, what they looked like, how they manipulated, and how that flush of color still stayed very beautiful, but a little bit sheared out. So swatches out of the way, fun fact, I am actually wearing the shade Goa on my face right now, which is the last shade I swatched for you, this beautiful intense berry. You can see I was able to work with it, shear it down a lot to make it work for my skin tone, because that's how it started. Girl, she's intense. And I think that that is one of my favorite aspects of this blush line, is that I know they only came out with 6 colors, but they are so skin tone inclusive. They are so skin tone friendly. Like, there is something in here for every skin tone, guys. I really feel like this is such a beautiful, developed, color-rich line. These are so buildable, but they also shear down. And I've had issues in the past with blushes that when they're very intense and you first like bop them on, you're like, oh crap, that's too much. I need to shear it out. Like, I need to work with this. And they'll like start lifting your foundation, or they'll start to get patchy. They'll grab to my texture. And what I love about these is actually the way they sit on the skin. These are so seamless. They're very lustrous. So you look like you have just a beautiful beachy glow. It looks like you freshly hit yourself with like a hit of that Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist, like a little, and how it makes your skin look so plump and juicy and illuminated. That's what these do for your cheek area. And I love that about them. The way they sit on the skin is, in my opinion, so flawless. They haven't been patchy for me, and I have a ton of texture, like a lot of texture. And I have experienced no patchiness and none of that weirdness too, where when you're trying to blend it backwards, it starts to like grab everything, and then it grabs your foundation, then it grabs your bronzer, and before you know it, you just have like a big mess on your face. These don't do that. Okay, so that rounds out swatches, how they look on the skin, and that beautiful luminescence that I love, and how they look on multiple skin tones, which I think will be stunning. And the last thing that I really want to throw in here that I think will be key is if you pick one of these up, I don't care which color, they are all very rich in pigment, so you do not need a lot. Myself, personally, I have been loving the application of these with a lighter, more flimsy brush, mainly because if you go in with a super dense brush, something that has a lot of bristles, a lot of stiffness, you're going to pick up a ton of color. And yes, it will blend out, but you don't need that much color on your face. I'm telling you, if you want the most beautiful, light, fluffy, lustrous shine, go in with a nice fluffy brush. This one is one of my favorites. This is the JH06 brush, and it's from her brush collection, Jaclyn Hill's brush collection with Morphe, and it's such a light feel to it, but when you press it down, look at what it does on my skin. See how it just like goes all over, and it's so loose that it just fans everywhere, and it moves that color effortlessly. And a couple more brushes, because why not, that I love to apply these. This is the Morphe M405 brush. This is a typical, more traditional brush for blush. You can see that it's in that triangle shape, but it does go on and it has a lot of looseness to the bristles. Love that. I also love, this is my bronzer brush, but this is the blurring powder brush from IT Cosmetics number C4292. And I love any brush like these for applying this type of a blush because these are so rich and dense. I guess the best way to describe it is these are like that piece of jewelry that you have that's dainty, but it's so elegant. Like when you buy that one little piece of Cartier that costs you like $7,000. Obviously, I've never done that, but it's like, it has that elegance to it. Like it's Cartier and it's demure and it's small and it's like this little dainty band or dainty ring or something. And dainty jewelry has such a beauty to it. That is these blushes. They have that dainty-esque feel to them that you don't need a lot to make it beautiful, to make it look sexy, and to make your cheeks look so beautiful and juicy. And I can't say enough good things about these. I had no issues blending them. Again, I do, like I said, prefer a looser bristled brush. So application was the fourth thing. The final and fifth element, fifth element, see what I did there, that I wanted to touch on with you guys as far as these blushes go is the very simple, they're $22. Are they worth it? What do I think in that respect? And here's what I will tell you. Yes, I talk all the time about loving Milani, Flower Beauty, CoverGirl, L'Oreal. There's a ton of blushes from the drugstore that I do love that are affordable. However, I do think these blushes are different than any other blush I have tried. And I say that because this isn't just about the colors of the blush, the skin tone inclusivity of these blushes, the way they apply. Like all of those things build up to the way it sits on the skin. And the thing about these is they are not your glitter. They're not a shimmer. They are a hydrated feeling, a glow from within. Your skin looks wet, but not like wet, like, oh, I want my highlighter to look wet, or, oh, I got hit in the face with water. These are wet because you drank all 400 gallons of water you were supposed to drink today, and your skin is glowy and it's happy and it's healthy. These are that kind of glow that it looks like it's coming from inside your skin. And I don't think there's any a bigger compliment that I can get to my skin than for it to look naturally glowy and stunning and radiant. And there's a lot of blushes that we've seen, again, whether it's drugstore or high-end, that they have shimmer or they have glitter or they have matte. And these are very clearly not a matte blush, but I wanted to make that distinction because these are definitely not a shimmer or a glitter. These are a infused with hydration finish. And I just think that's a very important distinction to make because these are not glitter. These are not shimmer. These are hydration. These are health to me. Like they just have that look to the skin. Now, another thing I'm going to add before I wrap this video up is if you are not sure which color would work best for you, I would probably err on the lighter side of things. So if you're a fair skinned like me, I would probably start off in this realm, something that you can tell is lighter, something that is going to be easier to sheer out. Okay, this video is already getting too long. So in summary, these are beautiful. They're blendable. They're hydrating to the skin. I love the spectrum of color. I think these are so inclusive as far as different skin tones and different aesthetics. Be mindful how you apply them because, girl, they are rich in pigment. And that is the end of my mini review, you guys. I hope that you loved it. I hope it was helpful. I wanted to go through, present you with as much info as I have. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to leave it down below in the comments because I will be checking those out per usual. And if there's anything else that you want a mini review on, let me know. Also, please let me know down there if you like a mini review because I know so many of you love my longer videos, but I also know there's some of you that would love a shorter review once in a while. So let me know if you want mini reviews on anything else. Let me know if you liked this one. Basically, I want you to take everything you think, leave it down there, and that's it. Also, please don't forget to check me out on Instagram and Twitter. Those are both linked in the description. And don't forget to subscribe because I put up new videos Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 5 days a week. New video goes up bright and early between 6 and 7 a.m. my time here in Northern Michigan, which is early. If you're like in California, girl, they're going up between like, what is that, 3 and 4 a.m.? Like, we're early in most parts of the world, and I just love hanging out with you guys, so I do it 5 days a week, so you should definitely subscribe for that. And that is it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching my first ever mini review, and yeah, have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! That these blushes are different than anything else. Hello, everybody. Everybody. Okay. Application to our list, the list, So now that I've added application to the list, the fifth, what the fuck? You know what's so bizarre about these reviews? Is that they are literally the same amount of work and the same amount of everything that goes into a long review, but they're short. So I have to be concise. I talk a lot for somebody that's trying to be concise. And I guess what I'm trying to say is, okay. And that can, so after application, the fist thing. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. That sounded really weird, right? After application, we are on to the fifth thing that I wanted to touch with you They do the Cherry Enchanted, I need to turn my chair, is that when you're applying them, you do not need a lot, guys. Like, be very kind. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige. Okay, we can do it. And I thought this would be a cool way to do like a little review in, wait, what? And I just thought this would be a cool way to kind of service those of you, not service, that sounds weird. Such a beautiful blush, look at my face, look at my cheek, it is so beautiful, it is so sexy, I love blush.